And we're live from Keeler Gardens.
Native Illinois pollinator habitat. Crowd goes wild.
Crowd has to be a lot louder to be heard.
I'm gonna scream a little. So
Oh,
you can hear me.
hey, I just got a notification that Keeler Gardens is now live. Live from Keeler Gardens.
That's because
I'm so meta.
you follow.
Oh, right.
You like and follow Keeler Gardens, and you have your notifications turned on. So
Just
that's-
like the one person watching right now at the start.
Thank
Yay!
you. So for all of those of you who might be watching this on the replay,
Or on YouTube.
on YouTube, follow and like and turn your notifications on for Keeler Gardens so that you'll know when we're bringing these wonderful videos to you. We are on the north side of Chicago, a small nonprofit connecting you with nature. We have a variety of ways that we do that. Today, and in a lot of these videos, we do it through actual nature discussions about plants and planting. But we also have other programs that we want to include anyone that you think could use a little boost from a connection to nature.
And who couldn't?
And who couldn't? Everybody can.
You can even use a boost.
I could use a boost. So a lot of our programs also revolve around art, photography, building things, organizational things, anything that we can somehow incorporate into nature. We will do it for you. So with that said, today's talk piggybacks on a couple days ago, I think, we were talking about transplanting, splitting, dividing, transplanting.
And remember, you can't transplant without the word plant.
Okay, so
We're moving on.
as you can see, we have a lovely space here with lots and lots of beautiful plants. Most of these plants came to us in pots that we purchased from the store. However, you don't have to get all your plants from the store. And one of the reasons why we often recommend that you use a plant trade system is because these plants are growing very well here. So we know that they'll do well in this neighborhood. And maybe your neighbor has a plant that you don't have. And you have one that they don't have. And you both know, we know how big it's going to get. We know it's tall. We know it's going to flower. We know the sun or the shade. We know what type of soil. We know how much water it needs. So there isn't a randomness to it. There's some consistency and some certainty that you will succeed. So we knew a lot about our soil and about our plants, what we were planting and why. And so we did succeed with, I would say, about 90% of the plants that we purchased from the store. However, this group right here, I'm not sure everybody can focus on this. This is called Vertibida.
Which one?
This grouping right here.
Okay.
Okay. This was a gift from a local neighbor. We've included it in our space, and it's done very well. So, in that spirit, we would like to suggest that anything you see in our space, you allow us to share it with you. So, for example, it is the middle of May right now, and it's been a nice spring.
Actually, I think we moved on to the end of May. If I saw a calendar the other day. I don't know what day it is. Never
We're
mind.
in the mid to end of May.
Okay, that sounds good.
And as you can see, there's a handful of things in bloom here. The phlox is doing very well. The geraniums are popping, along with the
Phlox is the purple.
Yep. The yellow is golden Alexander. I don't know if you can see in the distance, there's some splashes of red. Those are columbine.
Hi, Maggie.
Hey, Maggie. And we've talked about these plants with you before. But what we're trying to tell you today is, as you walk down the street and you visit us here at Keeler Gardens, you could point and say, I love that. That's a lovely plant. And as soon as it's done blooming, I can dig that up for you and share it with you. The goal here is to use the abundance that we see in our space and pass it on to others. You don't have to live in the neighborhood. You don't have to be walking distance. If you want to drive on over and park and come and look at the space, see if there's something you like. Right now, for example, we'll talk about those golden Alexander.
I was going to say, so give us an example of something you could point at and say, I want some of that.
So, the golden Alexander.
Can we use the one that's on my left? It's a little closer.
Okay.
We either have that one there or...
This one here.
What?
So see how big this is? It's like a 5-foot span, okay? Last year, shortly after about this time, I chopped this back to here to give away to someone, and it just filled all the space right in. This guy is getting way too big. We could remove 4 or 5 sections of this that are substantial in size and give them away to anybody who is interested. You just have to let us know.
Maggie says she wants the entire garden and plop it down in her space. She's so in love with the garden.
So, we could recreate this, Maggie, for you. After each item blooms, I can just give you a little chunk of it, and you can, stagger the planting of it. It would only be a few things at a time. It actually could work very easily. Bulbs are something that I'm not real comfortable with splitting, because once you dig them up, are you digging into them? Are you breaking them? Are they going to get waterlogged? Blah, 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 blah. But any of the other perennials, I am thrilled to split. Ed, if you could come this way, I want to show everyone another little trick. So many of our plants here have what's called runners. I'm sure everyone's heard of that terminology, runner, but if you haven't, the main stem of the plant is all the way under there. You can see its branches, right?
I think so.
All right? It's a shrub. But you'll notice there's a little plant that looks just like it right here.
Whoops, I've got to get around the milkweed that's
right
everywhere.
Here. Okay? This is called a runner. This plant shot a line out and came up here with a new plant. So I could dig this guy out and he'd be a new version of that. And I have 1, 2, 3, at least 4 of those that I can give away.
And what is that shrub?
That shrub is Diarvia. It's the bush honeysuckle. And as you notice, you can see it has this beautiful sort of toasted golden color that it emerges. It's not a heavy, deep green. It gives some variation to a garden. So that's one that I could easily grab some runners for. Okay?
Does it shoot a line under the soil? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not... we can dig it up. Sometimes they can be deep, sometimes not. It depends on the plant, and it also depends on how young the runner is.
And the soil.
And the soil. And if you're interested, if anyone does walk by and say, I want some of that, we can dig it up together, and I can show you what the roots look like. Okay? So and if you'll step back again, there's plenty of plants like this. There's this lovely moss phlox. As you can see, it's growing over the sidewalk, and it's actually clobbering this plant right here. Not in a negative way, it's just sort of, filling all the space in. But we want to give this guy a little more room, so I'm going to be pulling some of that back. And this one's really easy. It's what's called a mat former. And if you'll step back and if you'll focus here, all we do is we just pick this up. See all that? We just cut it here, and we just take this chunk and stick it in the ground and give it a lot of water, and it'll be happy for you. Or we could put it in a pot and nurse it along. This talk today is trying to get you connected with nature in a way that will inspire you to put something in your garden, in your parkway, in a pot. Put it in a pot. If you have a small patio, or if you don't have any outdoor space at all, but you have a sunny window, let's find something that will work for you. We have things that are short, tall, overflow, creep and crawl, bushy, round, mound. We have everything. So, how are we going to connect with nature? We're going to create a view for you. We're going to help you create a view. We're going to help you connect with living things, both the plants we have here and us, people, walking down the street through these videos. The goal here is for us to offer you something that improves your quality of life. Let us help you do that. So, we usually end our videos with a quick I'm Gina at keelergardens.org. Any horticulture question. You want to set up a time to come and look at plants and see what we can split for you. That's who you should email. If you have an educational type question, you want to create a program, you want to do something, you want to create a video, you want a speaker, talk to Ed about the education side.
Ed at keelergardens.org.
Again,
Also, a little tease, I think that we might... Wait, what is today? So tomorrow maybe a video on nature play. Maybe. Unless you already had something planned.
Tomorrow is usually our Feature Friday.
Oh, Feature Friday. So no, not tomorrow.
We have a lot
Soon.
of groups that we can feature on our Feature Friday. We might do nature play, or we might do nature play next week.
I can do that next week
We're
then.
always teasing and figuring out what is most exciting for everyone. Again, if you want to come and visit, public sidewalk. Anybody can walk down the street and enjoy the space. We can also schedule timing so that we know you're coming, so that it'll be safe for us to be digging up plants to share with you. if you're not local and you want more information, you want more videos, visit our Instagram feed for imagery on things that are in bloom. Visit us here daily. Visit us here on Feature Fridays. We talk about different programs and partners. Okay? Let's see, what else have we got? We got our contact information, our location, what we're doing and why. And then Ed suggested that we thank all of our devoted viewers for sticking around.
Hashtag stick around.
Hashtag stick around to the very end. So you get something,
bonus.
a bonus.
So what do you have for us today, Gina? A bonus on transplanting.
A bonus on transplanting is that we call them runners. It's one of the ways that roots sort of go under the ground. Our biological or botanical technical term for that in many cases is rhizome.
Ooh.
So we can look that word up, rhizomes. Rhizomes take different forms. I usually think of rhizomes like irises or ginger.
Why don't we walk over there and then we'll say goodbye? Because you have some rhizomes on the front porch, actually.
Actually, yeah, we can show people. So irises they grow by rhizomes. See, that's a rhizome. It's like a ginger root. But rhizomes is a generic term that is often used in many examples, which I will show you if you're here visiting with us. So if you are local and you want to come by, again, as a thank you for sticking around the videos, we have all these wonderful books that will connect you with nature in a variety of ways. Obviously, we have gardening books of all sorts, but we also have other fun books like cookbooks, because food is another way to connect with nature. And in these times when we're all sort of home and with our families and staring at each other for hours and hours every day, a little cookbook might give you something fun to do. So another way for you to connect. So thank you so much for joining us. We would love to see you again here soon.
And we'll see you tomorrow, right?
We will see you tomorrow. And please leave a comment or a request for a specific plant. We talked today about Golden Alexander.
Well, we already did the summary. We just say goodbye now, right? Because hashtag stick around is for that extra. Sorry, I'll go back to being a cameraman.
So we're going to say goodbye. We'll talk more about more plants on another time. All right. So see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Hey, it won't turn off. So I guess you could have kept talking. Finish.